and gentlemen, hello and welcome to our English news edition coming to you from Canal, Algérie. I'm your host, Maysa Doumaz. To the headlines. The mediator of the Republic keeps on inspecting the different development projects to boost investment and remove all hindrances. The Zionist occupying forces attacked the Palestinians attending Friday's prayers at Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, and the UN condemns this heinous escalation against defenseless civilians. And the southern province of Elizi is hosting an exhibition devoted to handcrafted as part of the Patrimony Month. Those were today's headlines. First in our news, the President of the Republic, Supreme Chief of the Armed Forces, Minister of National Defense, Abdelmajid Tebboune, extended his sincere condolences to the family of the late Mujahid or war veteran, Major General Ahsan Tafer. To Allah we belong, and to him we shall return. For his part, the Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, Lieutenant General Saeed Shangriha, offered his heartfelt condolences to the family of the late, praying to Allah Almighty to welcome him in his vast paradise. The mediator of the Republic carried out an inspection visit to Tizi Ouzou province. He inspected production units that were able to resume normal activities after the lifting of the administrative and bureaucratic hindrances. Story by Manal Ammari.
For a few months now, the state has been making efforts to remove obstacles that are hindering investments. The necessary measures were taken that will allow the creation of 50,000 jobs throughout the country. We lifted the freeze on 834 projects, which led to the creation of 32,171 job opportunities on the national level. After launching the other freeze projects, we will reach over 50,000 job openings. During his inspection visit in the province of Tizi Ouzou, the mediator of the Republic, Ibrahim Merad, proceeded to the inspection of several small and medium-sized enterprises and highlighted their vital role in supplying the local market with various products. He also recalled the state's will to support these investors in the extension of their activities and urged them to invest in other provinces by guaranteeing them with the necessary industrial land. There is a lack of land in Tizi Ouzou. I propose for an investor to move to Elizi province, where over 2,100 hectares of land are available, which is also the case in some highlands in the south. We urge investors to invest in other provinces, especially since the investment climate is better than before, thanks to the President of the Republic's latest decisions. The mediator of the Republic recalled once again the state's will to improve the investment climate by offering facilitations that will allow investors to work far from bureaucracy and support them in reviving the economic dynamic and creating jobs.
Creating job opportunities was among the concerns of the Minister of Industry, Ahmed Zaghdar, during his visit to the industrial zone of Al-Qsar in Bajaya province, an important destination for investors. More details with Rania Al-Bahri.
With more than 31,000 small and medium-sized enterprises based in 3 industrial zones, Bajaya province aspires to become an important pole in terms of industry. After lifting the administrative constraints, many companies were able to resume their activities. Some have doubled their turnover. Our goal is to increase our capacity production in the near future. We make uniforms for the Ministry of National Defense for firefighters and also for Sonatrach company. At Al-Qsar municipality, the progress rate of the work of the new industrial zone has reached 70%, an area that will accommodate more than 600 investment. The visit of the Minister of Industry to the region was also to kick off a beverage export operation to Europe. We are here to inspect the rate of progress, especially after the lifting of bureaucratic constraints on the ongoing projects in Bajaya province, but also at the level of the National Commission. Many of these projects are currently operational. Our presence is to ensure accompaniment to certain public establishments which experience some constraints. The state has not abandoned these companies and will continue to support them. At the end of his visit, the Minister of Industry, Ahmed Zaghdar, announced that the new investment code will be promulgated in the coming months, a measure intended to strengthen the stability of the legal system of investment in Algeria.
The winners of the 22nd edition of the National Epistolary Contest for Children were awarded by the Minister of Post and Telecommunications and the Minister of National Education. The competition this year witnessed more than 26,000 participants from all over the country. Leticia Sidqawi has the details.
The first prize of the national competition for epistolary composition under the theme "Write a letter to an influential person for you, explain why and how they should act in the face of climate change" was awarded to Maryam Siddiqui, aged 15, from the province of Blida. Other epistolary letters that were written in both Arabic and Amazigh were also selected. I am happy to have received the first prize. I hope to represent Algeria on the international level. I have written a letter addressed to the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, in which I launch a call to act quickly to protect the planet against climate change. No less than 26,000 children and teenagers took part in this edition, including 254 with special needs. Abdel Hakim Belabed, Minister of National Education, congratulated and encouraged all participants. This competition is an opportunity to develop children's writing skills and encourage them to highlight their writing capacities and innovative spirit. This edition was exceptional in all aspects. The number of participants far exceeded that of other years and exceeded all of our expectations. There were more than 26,600 children to have participated this year across the four corners of the country. The best epistolary composition at the national level will be sent to the International Bureau of the Universal Postal Union to represent Algeria in the International Epistolary Composition Contest.
The Al-Ihsan Mosque stands out due to the work of its volunteers and the educational and spiritual activities conducted there. The Algerian ambassador to Paris stated that this mosque should be an example to follow by other mosques in France. Our details by Manal Ammari.
Yassine is a diligent volunteer in the Argenteuil Mosque in France, alongside 250 other volunteers who made sure to prepare and distribute iftar meals since the start of Ramadan to about 1,000 people per day. This initiative was made possible thanks to the contributions of the benevolence and the donations of the faithful. The ambassador of Algeria to France, accompanied by an important delegation, visited the Mosque of Al-Ihsan to closely monitor the process, and an iftar banquet was held in their honor. It is an architectural masterpiece that showcases the solidarity of our national community abroad. The work carried out by the Mosques Association should be an example to all the other mosques in France. Students benefit from a pedagogical program based on advanced learning methods, such as the Nouraniya, that allows to learn the correct pronunciation of Arabic alphabets. The Al-Ihsan Mosque is a place of worship equipped with 4 connected prayer rooms that could receive over 10,000 faithfuls who are flocking to the mosque during Ramadan nights to pray, led by an Algerian imam who wants to pass on his knowledge to the younger generation.
For the first time, the Friday prayers aired from the Paris Grand Mosque on the Algerian national television channels, an initiative that was highly appreciated by our nationals there. Leticia Sidqawi.
Thanking God for blessings was the main point on which the Imam of Paris Mosque, the biggest one in France, centered on his sermon, a sermon that was aired live for the first time on the Algerian TV channels this Friday that coincides with the 21st day of Ramadan. The Imam expressed his great happiness that the prayer was aired and made sure to thank the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, for this initiative.
عبر قنواتها الرسمية انطلاقا من مسجد من المساجد، وها نحن اليوم بفضل الله قد سنحت لنا الفرصة أن نشارك إخواننا شعائر صلاة الجمعة من مسجد باريس الكبير عبر قنوات التلفزيون الجزائري العمومي بمبادرة من رئيس الجمهورية الجزائرية السيد عبد المجيد تبون، الذي نتقدم إليه بفائق الشكر والتقدير والاحترام والامتنان.
The Mosque of Paris the Algerians have managed before many times since it was founded in 1926 highlights the lofty values of Islam, including forgiveness and fraternity, and fighting extremism in religion, which has distorted the image of Islam, which instead advocates tolerance, love, and peace.
In the Palestinian territories, the Zionist occupation forces carried out fresh attacks targeting Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. 26 Palestinians were injured and 9 others were arrested. For its part, the United Nations Human Rights Office condemned this heinous escalation against defenseless civilians. The United Nations spokesman Stefan Dujarric confirmed that any statement of the UN envoy to Western Sahara, Staffan de Mistura, was not published by him and is a complete distortion of facts. This came as a response to the news claiming that de Mistura expressed satisfaction with Spain's change of position. For their part, the families of the 2 Sahrawi civilian prisoners, Al-Hassan Mohammed Salim Mohammed Al-Radi Al-Dah and Al-Hussein Boujam'a Al-Mahjoub Al-Zawi, held the general delegation of the administration of prisoners of the Moroccan occupation fully responsible for ignoring their just demands. We wrap up our news edition with the Month of Heritage festivities, a month celebrated in Elizi province with an exhibition of artisanal products from the region, a patrimony that reflects the cultural richness of the whole region of Tassili Niger. Rania Al-Bahri once again.
Elizi lived to the rhythm of Heritage Month by honoring the traditional crafts of the region. The opportunity for craftsmen to exhibit a range of products that reflects the richness of this material heritage. I would like to pass on these traditions for future generations. I was really encouraged by local authorities and professional training schools, and I am available to pass my know-how to youth. I would like to pass my know-how to the young girls. To the rhythm of music from the south, the participating folk troops dressed in their traditional costumes. Poetry inherited from ancestors were also part of the game. The objective is to preserve the legacy of Tassili Niger. We came to present the traditions of the region. On the occasion of the Month of Heritage, we interpreted an old song which is called Akhou Khan. It's a very old song. This Patrimony Month is an opportunity to present the Algerian tradition and make it known to future generations.
That was it for our news edition. Thanks for tuning in to our program. صحة صحكم.